I just received this S22 hairpiece from Lord Hair. Delivery was free, the price was good. This is an S22 ultra thin skin hairpiece. The thickness of the base plastic is 0.03 millimeters, so extremely thin. So I'm going to just trace my stencil onto this and cut out a new hairpiece. And you can see the size I have here that I needed to make. So that's the shape that I've cut out of the hairpiece. I can actually get 2 hairpieces out of one unit. So to prepare my scalp, I'm going to shave off this excess hair so that I can have good contact. Now that I've prepared my scalp, I'm going to put on a hairband to keep the hairs out of the way, and then glue the back half of where my hairpiece will be placed. Okay, now that I've applied glue to the back half, or the back 3/4 of where my hairpiece will be placed, I'll wait 15 minutes for it to dry, and if necessary, use this fan here to cool myself down. And then I will spray alcohol around the outer perimeter and scratch out those glued in hairs once it's dry, not while it's wet, to just remove any excess around the edges there. After that, I will place the hairpiece down and then apply the front, then cut off any excess of the hairpiece, and then cut my own hair. Lord Hair actually does offer a service where you can actually pay for the hair to be cut, not only to your stencil size, but also in the style of hair that you want. So right out of the box, you can just place it on your head exactly the way you want it to be. For the first couple of times, you might need to do this yourself, just so you can have an example to send to them. So you say, I want it like this, please, and then they can copy it. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for 15 minutes and we'll see what I look like afterwards. Now that this glue has dried, I'm going to take off this hairband, spray some alcohol along the back perimeter, and just make sure that those little bits, the little edge hairs have been moved out of the way. And pick out any little bits of excess glue on the edges. Now that I've cleaned up the perimeter, I'm going to spray alcohol all over my glue zone, and within 30 seconds, slide my hairpiece into position, holding my thumbs over the temples to try to keep proper alignment. So I'm using the brush now to simply push the hair piece down into the glue, and just knowing that it's going to take a little bit of time for the alcohol to evaporate, especially since this is a poly unit. Poly has a lot of benefits over lace, especially the front hairline. Once it's placed down, it's a lot easier to maintain without having a dirty line always gathering. You can also apply glue directly to the lace piece itself along the front hairline so that it lands exactly where you want it to every time. Okay, so now that my hair is stuck on my head, that area there might be a little bit low, actually. Okay, so now that that's in position, I'm going to give myself a haircut. So you can see my scraggly hairs that aren't wet on the sides. I'll use some hair product later on. The thing is, if my hair was naturally the way Lord Hair sold it to me, growing out of my head, I'd be a lot happier than what nature gave me, because I've got very curly, wiry hair. And when I put this on my head, it's actually better than before I was bald. So it's good. Yeah, I probably do need to give myself a bit of a haircut. I'll go to a hairdresser. So to give myself a haircut though, in terms of cutting this hairpiece, just remember though, you don't have to cut your own hair. You can ask Lord Hair to do it for you. I'm gonna wet the hair. I'm gonna brush it forward. And create about 5 layers. To get progressively longer as it comes towards the front. Looking better yet? Okay, so now I'm going to put some styling products in my hair. My hair. Well, it is mine, I bought it. Okay, this is muck. It's clay. So I find it very flexible and yet has good hold. And you can also reshape clay if you put some water in it. It's not like gel that got properties that are pretty much specific only to clay. I highly recommend it, especially this one. So this is the S22 unit from Lord Hair. I highly recommend it. It has excellent ease of use and maintenance at the front. Now they claim it only lasts for 1 month, but I think if you keep it clean and try not to pull any hairs out, don't brush too hard or anything unnecessary like that, you can probably make it last for 3 or 4 months. Okay. So that's, yeah, S22. Buy it. I should also add, you can buy 3 or 6 units at the same time to save money. It's very easy to get these stock pieces right off the shelf. This is color number 4, medium dark brown, which matches my hair color. But you can choose your own hair color from a list of about 20 options, I think. I don't really think it's necessary to go and order a custom piece all the time, when often your hair color is quite common and you can just basically just pick one off the shelf. This is medium light density, as you can see, thicker than light, a bit lighter than medium. So it's a compromise between medium and light. So yeah, it's very easy to keep this front area clean so long as you don't put any glue on the front area. If you just glue the back part first, then keep that part of the thin skin exposed and then paint the glue directly onto the thin skin, then you can push it down, it will always land exact and you don't have to worry about any excess glue on the forehead. And now that I've cut it, next time I ever have to do maintenance, that will be all I need to do, just glue directly onto the poly itself. It took less than a week to arrive after I ordered it. the shipping was included in the price. Yeah, I highly recommend the S22 unit. That is an excellent, very thin, 0.03 millimeter thick skin. That's very, very thin. So it doesn't feel like you're wearing it. You don't get itchy or anything like that. So yeah, I highly recommend it.